Let me start recording. Good
afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. In which country?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ma'am, seeing the sky, it is afternoon. All is night. More like 9. More like 9.
Overcast
Not the time.
clouds.
It's same, yeah.
One
Yeah,
quick question. When a sky is overcast with clouds, how many octaves will you see?
8 octaves. 8 octaves.
Ma'am, I know you're a
Eight
teacher, but you know we are smart.
8 octaves. Full 8 octaves. Very, very good.
Yeah,
And
we had an exam yesterday.
so you can
You learn from Devati, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, she teaches Devati, ma'am. She teaches Devati, ma'am.
Ma'am also teaches geography, history and geography. I know.
Yes. So 8 octaves in the sky. Today you can say it's already 6 to 7 octaves, of course, and almost 8 octaves in some places. So the sky is overcast with clouds, but we are supposed to continue with our studies of the Mughal Empire. And I have one more thing to say, that is, children, your test dates remain unchanged. Okay, so Monday, that is, you people are going to have one block MCQ test, just like class 8s are going to have. I'll not say anything. I'll come to class, you all will join class, everybody's video must be on, and with video on the date, I have already told you all, 14th, right? I have given you the date 14th. If you
Yes, ma'am.
14th, I will switch on the test paper. So you people will give the test, and you people will, these will be MCQ type tests like class 8s are having, like class 9s. All of them are getting this MCQ practice also. So, you know, thorough study is important. Read in between the lines. This is something that I will suggest to everyone. Please read in between the lines. What is there? So detailed reading in anything is important. Now for Monday, I have already shared with you all the material that we had last year for Aurangzeb and the decline of the Mughal Empire, which we are going to do now. One more thing that I would like to say is, did you all get the question bank that I sent you all?
Yes, ma'am. I have looked it up. I have done it.
Ma'am, solved also.
Very good, very good, very good. So I have already mailed the schedule. Shurab, yes, I have. Please end the, ma'am, can you please end the schedule in mail? End the schedule in mail means? Shurab, I did not get your point. And yes, Soham, you can do your back later on, definitely. Now, I would like to say this, that like that, I have given the questions for you all to sit and solve on Monday. Open book, you all can see, you all can take help, solve it in your history copy. Practice answers like that orally also, because...
Right question.
Yes, tell.
Right questions. Can you repeat?
The question bank that I have mailed you for Monday.
Oh, question bank.
Means I have mailed you a set of 15 questions from different parts of the Mughal Empire that we have done. And I have mentioned prepare accordingly for your orals. So that is your Monday's work. Friday, we will do a small discussion of all those question answers. I'll clear all your doubts. And on 14th, I'll take the block MCQ test of all the parts of the Mughal Empire that we have covered so far. So the full Mughal Empire will be there in your MCQ. Following that, I will take your orals and complete the assessment, as I have already informed. I hope there is no confusion.
No, ma'am.
Very confusion. Be very.
Ma'am, am I audible? Ma'am, on Friday we have actual class, not we have actual class.
Parashik.
Ma'am, can you please repeat again? It was not audible to me.
No, I'll tell you this. In Parashikha, color, the timing that you are coming for 1 hour, that is the time you all are going to spend with your class teachers. Okay, so it will be more, there will be quality time. Yes, we will discuss, we will listen to you, we can help you with your English and your spoken English interaction. We are going to work on, you know, quality time, wellness time, all these things we are going to have with good focus. And we are then other days we are also going to continue with the online classes, so that everybody you know, everyone who is by any chance, suppose parents are working for that, maybe someday they have a problem, so there is no missing out on the concepts of the class, so that remains unchanged. So online classes will take place. It's not that online classes are going to stop,
Ma'am,
but we are going to meet you also, because this habit too needs to grow. Well, your class teacher will explain to you all the details of this, so you can get back to her with any questions you have. Yes, Shora?
I was asking that, means if we go like I said from 8:30 to 9:30 para with that will take place for
Ma'am,
class
I
1 to
just
7. So ma'am, the online class from class 12, the online class which will take place from 12 p.m. or 12 noon. So will it continue? Will it be only till 1:40 or will it
Yes,
continue
yes.
for
So
all the
only on
classes?
that day, that is on Friday, you will have the last 2 periods. Okay, so the last 2 classes just for Friday. Now this is only
Okay,
for
ma'am.
this end session, because right now at the end of the session, no new timetable is being made, because we are already towards the end. Next week it is going to start, so which is mid-February almost. So you have hardly 1 month left. For this 1 month, and in many subjects we are already towards the end of the assessments. That is why I am telling you that what is going to happen, if needed, any teacher will give you the mail that we are taking a little extra time and all, so that is a different issue altogether. But Friday you are going to have the last 2 classes only, and the rest of the days the normal timetable that you are following. Class 8, now you are going to move to class 8 when the class 7s will come next, so their timetable will be made accordingly, so that you know which class should come on what day. And also from the new session there will be modifications, further modifications in the timetable. But for you all, that is not going to be applicable, since you are moving to class 8 and you will be coming regularly to school. So that is a different thing altogether. Well, see,
ma'am, may
Shikha or any other questions related to that, ask your class teacher. She'll also get back to you all. But let me continue this now, otherwise we will not finish. Or let us finish, then I'll get back to you. Before proceeding, Shreyan, you wanted a time to present your Sher Shah work, since you were not well. So please join back after I got your parents' mail also. I asked last day, but you were not there, or I did not get any response. So Shreyan, join back using the same class link and present today itself. After today, I'll not take any presentation. Okay. Rishabh, I have mailed the practice question. It is also uploaded in Bicon. In case you find you have not received it, I have uploaded it in Bicon as well.
okay, ma'am, I'll check Vicon. Thank you.
Yes, yes. It is also uploaded in Bicon. Don't worry at all. So, Shah Jahan was the last Mughal ruler we were doing, and we discussed that under Shah Jahan, the Mughal Empire reached its, cultural peak. Why cultural peak? Because he built beautiful gardens, beautiful monuments. He spent a lot on beautification, just like his grandfather. Like Akbar was a great patron of art, architecture. Shah Jahan too was a great patron of art, architecture, and he loved to beautify places around him. He had this side of him which was very artistic. So his his eyes and his vision, you can say, it always looked for beauty all around. Okay, so Shah Jahan spent a lot of money from the royal treasury of the Mughal Empire for doing what? For building several monuments, and we know of one of the best monuments built by him is the
Taj Mahal.
Yes, the Taj Mahal. Also,
Yeah.
the Red Fort. He built the city of Shah Jahanabad, which is now Old Delhi. You know, we call it Purani Delhi or Old Delhi. And then there is a part which is New Delhi. So you will find that Shah Jahan, he spent a good amount of time in all this, but it's not that his conquests were not there. He did manage the kingdom well as well. So he was able to rule for a good time. But as he grew old, his sons, he had 4 sons. So Dara, Shuja, Aurangzeb, and Shreya.
Oh. A girl, I think.
Murad.
And all these people again repeat about the assessment. Sonnet 14th MCQ full Mughal Empire. I have also sent a mail, and following that your orals with which we will end the assessment. All right.
Ma'am, Odhiraj is telling how many questions.
What?
Odhiraj is telling how many questions are there in MCQ test in
That I
14.
cannot tell you right away. Focus on what we are doing now. Prepare the full Mughal Empire well. So that is my point to think of. So don't worry about that right away. Okay. Now, all his 4 sons, what Shah Jahan did was, he put his 4 sons on 4 sides of the empire to manage it well, because they were the prince. And the prince, as you already know, from the Mansabdari system, the important Mansabs were managed by the princes. So the prince, what they did was, he sent all his 4 sons, one towards the northern part, one towards east, west, and Aurangzeb was in the south. Aurangzeb, who was his 3rd son, he had sent him in the south, and he had told him to manage the parts of the empire there. Already they had started spreading south from the time of Jahangir. So Jahangir's time, Akbar was also going south, but Akbar was more towards east and west and south to some extent. But the Deccan region,
Like Ahmednagar.
Yeah. He conquered the Deccan
absolutely.
region.
So you will see that during Jahangir's reign, Jahangir had started moving towards the south. Now, Shah Jahan had expanded and he wanted to keep the empire together. He sent his sons on all directions of the empire. He sent his 3rd son, Aurangzeb, towards the south in the Deccan. But slowly, Shah Jahan started falling ill. Shah Jahan was not doing well health-wise. Listening to this, the 4 sons, they were all ready to compete for the throne.
Right.
The Mughal throne means Mughal power. All the power will be in their hands. So the Mughal throne was something that they all were, it's more than, one thing I would say, the entire thing, if you really think of, it's more of the idea of being powerful and gaining power and having that control of taking decisions and all those that were also there going on in their mind, more than family. That thought of power usually overpowers our good thinking about our family. So, brothers are turning against each other. This is a great lesson why we learn history, because as we have learned is that there is a lot to learn from the past. So this is one thing that we must learn from the past, that there is nothing that you gain at the end if you are fighting with your own family. What is there for power? You are turning against your own family members. So that India has seen a lot.
Break up from our family, then we will only become weak.
If we break up from our family? Yes, it should means people back then did all this for being the emperor, but ultimately, the support that we get from our families, that is something more valuable that we should learn to value. Anyway, now Aurangzeb, when he came, Shah Jahan wanted his eldest son Dara to become the next Mughal empire. Shah Jahan had already selected Dara as the Mughal emperor. And Dara was...
Ma'am, it is kind of strange though.
Why?
And because the Mughals didn't actually have successors, they used to give whatever they had conquered and they used to divide it among their children.
No,
So,
they divided. They selected someone. They selected one of their most capable
At
sons.
least that happened with Babur.
No, I'll come to that. They selected their capable sons to be the thing. I'll not say that they divided a lot, but what they did was, if one child is sitting on the throne, they would give other children important parts of the empire to manage. Like they would be subedars and all those. So you are in charge of this region. That is why you have already seen that Akbar mentioned that,
Wait a minute. It also happened with Ashoka.
most important mansabdars, they were from the royal family, and he placed the most important people from the royal family in charge of the most important areas of the empire. This has happened again and again in history, that if one child is
Like
sitting on
King
the...
Ashoka 2000 years ago.
Yes, you can see that everywhere. Now all the
Ma'am, I was
all the
telling.
4 sons of Shah Jahan, they came to the capital and they started fighting for the throne. A fierce battle started. Aurangzeb, from a very, very young age only, he was very ambitious. Okay, he was a very ambitious person, and his target was simply the throne of the Mughal empire. He knew his father, wanted his elder brother to become the king. So he challenged his elder brother in a battle. And he knew if his elder brother once sits on the throne and gets the support of the nobles and all, it will become more and more difficult for him to get the empire. So it was very much clear that before his father's death, still his father is there on the throne, he comes to Delhi and he captures, so that his father cannot, after his father's death, automatically if he sits and the nobles start supporting him, it will become difficult. So Aurangzeb made a rush for Delhi from the Deccan the moment he heard his father's health was not, his father was not doing well health-wise. And Aurangzeb stopped Dara and challenged him in a fierce battle. So both of them fought this fierce battle and he defeated and killed Dara to get the throne. So before his father can take any action, what he did was he captured his sick father and declared himself the emperor. He captured his father in the Agra fort. I'll not tell, he did not keep him in one of those cells, like a prisoner of, the battles and all. They were kept in small cells.
House arrest. More like house arrest.
The like house arrest, very good. Just like COVID has made us all sit in home and stay inside, like in house arrest, can't go out, can't do anything. Here the ruler has become COVID. So you can say it. He hold of his father before his father takes any action or does anything, because he was still the emperor. After all, the army or anyone is supposed to listen to him. So he captured him and put him in the Agra fort. So his father requested, there was one request that, you do this, this is something there, that he was very fond of the Taj Mahal. So he said that I want to stay in such a part from where I can see the Taj Mahal whenever I want to. So it is, if you ever visit Agra Fort, they'll take you to different parts and they'll take you to where Shah Jahan was kept in house arrest by Aurangzeb. And you will see that there are small, round windows there. And when you see those small windows, it is said that Shah Jahan in his last days, he was not interested in anything else. He was already sick. He used to sit beside those small gaps and stare at the Taj Mahal and, remember the good day. And
Ma'am, means that he loved his wife so much.
he did. Plus, he loved his architecture. There is a lot of yes, he definitely did. But there are a lot of historians and people who have different views on this. Let's keep it to that. Well, yes, Kavya, what do you have to say?
Ma'am, as I have told you this before, but we in my old school we were taken on a overnight trip to Agra, right? So we saw Shah Jahan's cell and everything, and it was a pretty dark room, but you could see barred windows through which you could see the Taj Mahal.
There was like a veranda type of thing, and in his last days, this is again a big learning. We say that every time earlier, what had happened from the, every time, everywhere you will see parents looking for, every time they want a son. Whenever a child is born, girls are not given that respect that they should be. People are not as happy with the birth of a girl as they should have been. Rather, everybody wants a son, and the birth of a son is rejoice, while the birth of a girl child was never taken as a positive thing. Many times like this, but many times it has been seen that girls have stood up for their parents in many ways that a son couldn't. I'll not say couldn't, of course they can, because they had a different set of mind. Because when Shah Jahan was in the house arrest, you will see his daughter, one of his daughters were there throughout with him, taking care of him till his death. One of his daughters, I don't remember the name. I knew the name also. So his
Shah Jahan's daughter.
Shah Jahan's daughter, yes. One of Shah Jahan's daughter was with him till his
death. Shah Jahan. I have a question.
Tell.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Shah Jahan had 14 sons, right?
14. I am not aware about 14. So these 4 are the main sons that he had. Shah Jahan had many wives. We say
Jahanana Begum.
And the daughter's name was Jahanara.
Ma'am, Shah Jahan had 8 daughters.
Yes, these are the 4 main sons, but actually Mughals had lots of children. So I know from Mumtaz only had lots of children. So don't let us not get into those details, because those are topics of a lot of different type of discussion, you can say. So let us not get into those. Anyway, when Aurangzeb...
Is it Jahanana Begum?
1 minute, not now. When Aurangzeb sat on the throne of Delhi, he took the title Alamgir. Okay, and Alamgir means the conqueror of the world, because he had the vision of ruling all of India. But from here, the turning point of Mughal Empire begins. Complete turning, because of what Akbar did was he united the people of India. But Aurangzeb, he was a very, very strict Sunni Muslim. He was a very strict Sunni Muslim, and he was a very strict follower of Islamic culture. He was not tolerant towards other religions. He was not tolerant towards, of course, people of other religions, he is not forcing them to change. There are no such stories that he forced, but he was not tolerant of people of other religions. He thought Islam was superior or above all. So he made sure that there is no equality between the religions. So what did he do? There are 3 things which is very important, that 3 steps very importantly that he took. First is he increased taxes that had to be paid by non-Muslims. So if they are living in his kingdom, for anything, if there is a tax, anything, so Muslims, whatever, if they are paying 10 rupees, the non-Muslims will have to pay 15 rupees. Like that. Now rupees, I'm just giving you the example in rupees. So taxes were high. Next is he imposed jizya, the jizya tax which was removed. Now he restarted the jizya tax, and he permitted destruction of temples. He thought if he doesn't want any temple to be there in his kingdom, he didn't want that. So he permitted that, yes, if there is any temple that is bothering you, so you can just destroy that. So this hurt the sentiments of the Rajputs, the Sikh, that they were already angry and now they became more angry. Also, the Rajputs became very, very angry with Aurangzeb. Children, I'll request you to join back for 5 minutes so that I can discuss a little more with you, because I don't want to keep it for the last day. So what happens, you see, that Aurangzeb, these things that Aurangzeb did made the Rajputs, which were actually becoming the allies or friends of the Mughals, they were now staunch enemies, and most Rajput rulers now couldn't tolerate the Mughals and wanted to remove them from Delhi. Along with that, what he did was, he saw, well, this was a decision which was taken out of, the poor condition of the royal treasury. This is something that we say, we always see Aurangzeb in a negative thing, but there is a positive side of him as well. He saw that the royal treasury was empty and he needed tax. So what he did was, he made taxes high and he kept very strict rules on payment of taxes. There was no relaxation in times of floods, famines, nothing like that, which was started before, to given the farmers and peasants, the benefits that